Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion and this is the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube, and this is Pumpkin Pie Chapstick. The crazy, just enjoying your channel and enjoying the channels that you watch, and the troll part is not caring too much about what the beauty community standards are. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or even a certain technique. Use whatever it is you want to use. Apply it however you want to and just rock it, because here at the Crazy Troll Nation, it is about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. And I do curse sometimes on my channel because I curse in real life sometimes. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you being here. If you are returning, y'all know y'all my troll kin, we family. Some of y'all been here for a long time and I really appreciate you. Today I'm excited about this look. Goth adjacent on Instagram. I will link her down below, and I do have other links below, and my link tree, my Macari store, and my shop my store thing down there as well. But she does really really nice looks on Instagram, and I think I like everyone I see because I really do. And I saw her do a look with this palette. This is the Book of Sorrows. Is it Swamp of Sorrows? I want to say book because look, it looks like a book. The brand is Necromancy Cosmetica, and it was not expensive at all. This is just so cute. I didn't realize it was so small, but it doesn't matter because the shadows are full-size shadows. This does come off, and there is a mirror, which is really cool. And then there's a design on here. I don't know which way it goes. This side says Swamp of Sorrows by Necromancy Cosmetica here, but check this out, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. And on the flip side are your shadows, and so they close up like a book and you open it up and you have your shadows. I was just like, I have never in my life seen anything like this. And they do have names, and so we're going to jump into the look because I'm not sure if I'm going to add to this clip or not. Concealer, primer, foundation, brows. My lids are primed, or my lower lash line already. I have on NYX retractable eyeliner, and this is in gold. And we're going to get started with this look. We're going to take Serpents, this green here, which has a slight shine to it. And we're using an Hourglass number 3, and we're just going to tap that on the center of the lid. And the look she did, she tapped it over top of the other green, Solitude. But I do like for my lid shades to stick to my lids versus trying to get it to stick on top of another shadow. And I do believe she used an additional primer, and I've done that before too. I don't prefer to do that, but we're going to see. And I already know when I recreate looks, it never ever looks like the look that I'm recreating, and so I'm not concerned about that. So it's sort of just take it and make it your own, because we do have different techniques. And so that's that eye. We're going to take a clean Hourglass number 3, and we're going to go into Solitude, this one right here. And that's going to go on the remaining portion of the lid. We are going to get our blend going, even though we are going to use transition shades. Her and I do have different eye shapes too, so this is definitely going to look different. I like how you can see that first shade here in the center because it is a shimmer shade or a satin. And so even though the tones are the same, you do see a little bit of shimmer right there, so I really am digging that. So now we're going to take Blackthorn, and we're going to use this as our initial transition shade. And then looking at the palette, only this one here, the first one we used, and this one are satin shades or metallics. Everything else is a matte. So again, we're going to take Blackthorn, and we're going to put that on the top edge of these shades here. This is a Scott Barnes number 61 brush. So we're just going to initially just tap it and come all the way over. And once it's there, then we're going to lightly blend. I am coming down a little bit. I'm liking the murkiness that this is giving me. We're going to take a clean one and go into Disintegration, this shade here. And we're going to place that on the top edge of Blackthorn. Do y'all see my face? This is my excitement face when I'm doing a look and I'm just like I'm loving it. I am just loving it. So we're still tapping like we did the first shade, and then we're going to go back and blend. What I'm really digging is that our looks are very different because she always does like a wing shape, and mine I always do rounded, but you can definitely see the colors. And when I post this on Instagram, I will post her picture with it so you can see where my inspiration came from. But this, I'm really digging it. We're going to take a clean brush and we're going to go into Enlightenment, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put this on the top edge of the shade we just put there. And so again, we're just going to tap. So this is going to be under my brow bone. And I don't think I'm even going to blend. We're just going to just tap it and just leave it, because these shades, they layer nicely, they blend nicely, and it's not taking me a lot of effort. We're going to go back with the first brush and go back into Serpents, and we're going to tap some more of that on the lid, and hopefully it'll stick, because I am not adding any additional primer or adhesive. It is showing up though. This is nice. It feels dry in the pan, which is surprising to me because the mattes did not, or I did not notice. Oh, that's nice. Okay. We're going to do the same thing on the lower lash line. And so we're going to take Solitude, and we're going to put that on our lower lash line. This is a Fenty number 220, and we're going to use 3 of these. So this is going to go here. We're going to take Blackthorn. We're going to take Disintegration. We're going to take Enlightenment, this shade here. This is an Esom V31. And we're going to do this so we can buff it down, blow it out kind of thing. I forgot I had a 4th one. We're going to take Pantano, and that's going to go in our tear duct area. We're going to go back to the brush that had Enlightenment on it, and we're just going to just pull that over. So out of this adorable little 8-pan palette, we have used 6 of the shades. And so I'm going to try to come up with something different for the second look that we are going to create with this palette. But these are the shades. This is just a cute little swampy palette. What are we going to do? Well, I'm going to put on my upper lash line MAC's Midnight Snack Fluid Line. It is a gray. For our lower waterline, we're going to use NYX Retractable Eyeliner in Aqua Green. We're going to take Lancome Sills Booster XL. This is a mascara primer, and we're going to use, MAC's Stack Mascara for upper and lower lashes. We're also going to take Natasha Denona Tan Bronze and Glow palette, and we're going to use, everything is dry. We're going to use this for our cheek situations. We're going to use everything in here. Cream highlight. We're going to use this as a blush bronzer type thing, and we're going to use this as a glow powder. So we're going to do all of that, and then we'll come back and figure out a lip. We're going to wipe off some chapstick, and we're going to put on MAC's Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in Caviar. I'm going to take MAC's Paint Pot in Contemplative State, and we're going to put this on our upper lash line. We did put Midnight Snack, which is a gray, but it's not really showing up too much. You can see a little bit here, but we're going to put this on and we're going to get snazzy with it. Did not quite turn out how I wanted it to, but it is something new for me, something different for me, experimenting with graphic liner. I do like it better this way. I'm digging this look. Hang tight. We will be back with look number 2. Thanks. Look number 2, Holiday Cocoa Chapstick. This is another color combination from Goth Adjacent. And again, I will link her below. Her Instagram, please do check her out. If you're on Instagram, she does amazing looks. Again, this will not look like her look. We have different eye shapes. I have the puffy thing going on and she doesn't. She does a sharp wing look. I do a rounded look. But I really liked how her look looked, the colors that she used. And so that's what we're going to do today. A troll's interpretation of her look, and she does know I'm doing this, and so I'm excited for her to see my take on her looks and how they look on me with the way that I do my makeup and also with my eye shape. So let's just get into it. I'm making it a point today to use my Makeup Geek brushes because I'm trying to do a fill form, and I'm trying to get a fill form because I have a decluttered brush giveaway coming up, and I'm also using a Luvs brush, and this is a crown brush. I think this came in a subscription box. I have used this before and I do really like it for blending out lower lash line, gel liner, and also this one, which I have used before and I like it. So I'm just making sure that what I'm keeping, I really keep and that I am going to use. We're going to take the Makeup Geek Outer V brush, and that's what it says on it, and we're going to go into Blackthorn, and that's going to go on our innermost and outermost corners. Yes, it's a halo look, and we know for me, my halo looks, I just realized usually I start with the center shade first. What is happening to me? I don't bridge across because of the puffiness, and for me, I don't like how it looks, and so that's another reason this is going to look different. And this is not how I start my halo looks. I am nervous. I'm going to shut up and finish this and do the other eye, and then we'll come back and do the other shades. I just realized I know why I started the outer corner, because this brush says outer V. So I'm just like, okay, outer V brush, do the inner and outer corners. So that's what that was about. I like to understand why I do things the way I do and when I switch up. So that's just me analyzing myself. We're going to take the soft dome brush and go into Gloom, this shade here. And this is going to go, ooh, this picked up a lot on this brush. This is going to go on the center of our lid. This would be a good monochromatic halo look, like just this right here. This is pretty. I would not have thought to use a domed brush, and this is a larger domed brush than the usual ones. I would not have thought to use this for a lid shade. I am liking this. We're going to take the defined crease brush and go into Serpent, this shade here. And this is going to go right here on the outer portion, the inside of the outer corner. Well, you see where it is. And also here. And so I'm going to finish this up and do the other eye and come back. Also using these shaped brushes. Y'all see I almost hit myself on the forehead, right? These shaped brushes is going to help me to know what it's going to feel like using the Blend Bunny brushes, because all of those are this shape and they are fairly small. There is one, the largest one, but it's still smaller than this one. So this is really helping me here. And so having decided to do a brush declutter, this is really helping me as far as the brushes that I was thinking of keeping. And these were the ones I had thought to keep, but just using them is solidifying that for me. And I did not want to give away the Blend Bunny ones because those were the ones that were falling apart, which is why for a time, seemed like it was a really short time, they were having a you buy one set, you got a second set free. So that way, if they did fall apart, you already had your replacement. So I didn't open the replacement set yet, but all of the Blend Bunny ones is 5 in a set. The 3 that I use, all of them are already wiggling. So that's telling me, like, okay, these brushes are not going to last too long. Not for me anyway. But anyway, let me finish up the other eye. I'm liking this combination here. I'm not liking how this part, I brung in the brown too far, but I'm going to figure that out later. We're going back to the brush that had the center shade on it, and we're just going to just tap over this line right here. So we're not adding more shadow. We're just tapping over just to blend a little bit more, because I don't want to take this farther out. So let's go back to the brush with the green. I am realizing that using a smaller brush, it takes more work to get the shadow there. And again, this does say defined crease brush. And so this is not for the purpose that I'm using it for, even though you can use a brush for whatever purpose you want to. But I am realizing this is taking me like quite a while. I do like the look. We're going back to that brush because I want to blend it, but halo eye is not always blended. Well, for me, but keep in mind, I'm a troll. But I am just tapping it. And I do like the look. I do. So we're going to figure out transition area. We're going to take Disintegration, and this is a LaRouche brush. So again, with another smaller type brush. I have used this one for lower lash line before, but we're going to try it up here. Because again, this is the shape of the Blend Bunny brushes. And I do really think the Blend Bunny ones are not going to last long. And so I want to just get a feel for the type of brush before I use them. So then when they do fall apart, I will use the replacement set. And then I'll still have these and the Makeup Geek brushes to use. So really I'm just trying to get a feel for the shape. This is nice for up here, like just a thin line across that top edge. We're going to bring this here because I'm not liking this green right here, this brown. I can say I am liking this type of brush to bridge because I never liked before when I bridged the halo eye, but this one I'm liking it. And so this is telling me I just needed to do a thinner line instead of using a bigger brush and doing a thicker line to bridge the halo. This right here I'm not liking still, like just this one piece, and I think it's just going to have to be that way because I'm not going to take concealer or anything to try and get rid of it, but let's just try to tone it down. This side is fine, I think, but just like this piece right here, I'm not liking. We're going to take my other defined crease brush from Makeup Geek, and we're going to go into Enlightenment, this shade here. For her looks that she did, the first one, she did have placement. She had the shadow name and the placement. This one, it was just the shadow names. And so just looking at the shadows in this unique palette, the shape of it, the design of it, I just figured what was where. And she did mention this shade on the center, Gloom on the center, so I knew what that was. And you only have 8 shades to choose from. So if you see a shimmer, tan, or brown, you already know what that is. You know what I'm saying? And so it's only, you know, I just said it, right? I'm just babbling. It's only 8 shades in here. And so it's not that hard to figure what's where. And I do like these two together. Actually, I like all of these together. This is a very well curated palette. We're going to go back with the brush that had Disintegration, this shade here, because I'm not really liking this piece right here either. This side to me is fine. Like, it's just something with this eye. And you guys are probably like, it's fine, Troll, just leave it. And I think I am just going to leave it because the more I do, the more I'm going to want to do. And this video was longer than I wanted. This is the brush that had Enlightenment on it, this shade. We're not adding any more. We're just blending the top edge of Disintegration, that orange shade. And I love the shades in here. Serpent, Solitude, Enlightenment, Disintegration, Ethereal, which we didn't use yet. Pantano, excuse me, we did use that one yesterday. And this is Gloom, and this is Blackthorn. So I am really liking, that just looked like a purple brown to me for some reason this way. I do have issues, I think, sometimes with color perception. I am liking this look. We're going to figure lower lash line. I think I'm going to take a brown. We're just going to go all the way dark. This is a brownish retractable eyeliner. We're going to put this on our, or I could have did green since we have some green in this look, but we're going to put this on our lower lash line. And we're also going to put this on our lower waterline, which is this line right here. I'm going to do the other eye and come back. I'm doing something I haven't done in a long time. I'm also doing my upper rim. And I don't know why I haven't done it in a long time. I just haven't. I'm going to take a Blend Bunny brush. This one is B2. I'm not a fan of pulling, but because I have wrinkles, sometimes it'll just move, especially the gel liner. So I am just blending out the gel liner with this pencil, well, pencil brush. And I have used it for that before, and I do like it for this purpose. And we're also just going to bring it upward. We're going to come back on this side and bring that up. The only problem is when I pull sometimes, when I let it go, it comes down too far. because here it looks like it's pretty much straight, but then when I let it go, it's down here. But we're going to blow that out with shadow, so that's not really an issue. We're going to use the other 3 out of the 5 Blend Bunny brushes. We've used one so far. We're going to take another one and we're going to go into, this is B1. We're going to go into, let me use the bigger one. No, let's just use that one. We're going to go into Enlightenment and we're going to put that down here. I'm using a bigger one because we are going to use this shade to blend and to blow out. And so you see how that covered over here. So that covered that up nicely. We're going to take a slightly smaller one and go into Disintegration, and we're going to put that here. The smaller one brings it closer to the lash line. I remember saying when I got these that how small they were. I wouldn't have got them had I known, but I do like them for outer V and lower lash line work. We're going to take the B3 and go into Gloom, the shade that's on the center of our lid, and we're going to just tap straight in on this one, and we're going to just put that right here. And I don't know if that's showing up. We're just putting that one right here in the center, tapping straight in because only the tip of the brush is going on our skin. And so I don't know if that is showing up or not, but that's what we're going to do with that. Just to use it, the only one in here we haven't used, we're going to take this shade. I don't know how it's going to look, but we're going to find out. And we are just tapping straight in, and that is called Ephemeral. And we're going to just put that right. Oh, that's dusty. Oh, okay. I don't like that. So we have to figure out how to fix it. But you know what? We're going to bring this up. We're going to leave it because you know why? It looks funky, but funky in a good way. And we're going to bring this down. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it because it's adding to the murkiness. You know what I'm saying? But now that I see the tone of it, because I had not swatched this palette, and that's this shade. So yeah, I guess it is gray. Looking at the tone of it on my skin, I do like it for here. If I did it on the lid, I would maybe use it as a base, but we're going to still play around with it. I am liking this now. When I first put it on, I'm like, okay, that's dusty. But it seems like the more I put it, I guess the more I blend it, it doesn't look dusty. It doesn't look ashy. And it does add, as I said, to the murkiness of it. I like this, and I'm glad that I tried it. I did not add more on the brush. I'm still not really liking this area right here, but now I am. This took it down where it was that brown piece that was kind of sticking up. This side it didn't, but we're just doing this because we did the other side. I like this. I do like this. I am digging this look. I do wish I could blend this out a little bit more, but I don't. What was on this brush? I don't know. Oh, you know what? This had Gloom on it. We're going to do it. We're just going to just blend. And I think that's been my issue before, along with using fluffier brushes. It's just how the blend looked over the halo part. I am really liking this look. Maybe also it was the color combinations. I'm not sure. I do think it had something to do with the brushes I was using, because using smaller brushes, getting a smaller line, and also with the color combinations, because these two blend in nicely with my skin tone. Even though I bridged it, it's not an obvious bridge because of how the tones just blend in with my skin tone. So we've used every shade in here now, which is easy because there's only 8 shades, and we did do 2 looks. And this again is what the palette looks like. I am really feeling it. I have a gel eyeliner out here for upper lash line. This is Cultura Melt Cosmetics. Yep, we're going to do it, and we're going to use the Melt Cosmetics liner brush with it. We're going to put this on our upper lash line. I am digging this. So with that gel liner, I did the wing, and I put just a tiny bit on the outer corner over there. It won't stay connected because my eyes tend to be teary, but for like right now, this is bomb. I'm looking at my cheek situation, like this side is looking patchy. Anyway, Lancome Sills Booster Mascara Primer, top and bottom lashes, and we're going to use the Il Makiage mascara on top and bottom lashes. And I'm thinking of a lip. What I'm thinking of is, oh, do I want to do, no, we're going to do Nima Tang Dose of Colors, and this is her liquid lipstick, and the color is Chocolate Wasted. We're going to put that on, and then we're going to come back. So this is the finished look. I am super excited about it. Again, this is what the palette looks like, and I am super excited about it. You can do a green monochromatic look. You can do a brown and orange monochromatic look. You can be funky in a good way and use these 4 that's in the center of the palette, or these 3 right here and do a look, or do the top row. So even though it's only 8 shades in here, like you can do quite a bit with this. If you want to just do a 2 shadow look, take the 2 browns, or a light type look and just do these 2, or just do just the yellow and one of the greens, or a really light look, this here and this one down here. This is a cute little palette. And or you can just do like these 2 right here, these 2, or these 2. So there's like a lot of things you can do with this little palette. So if you're for one and dones or just 2 shadow looks, this is great for that. Or these 4 in a look, and these 4 over here in a look. I am excited. I am really excited about this little palette. I'm loving it with the different color eyeliner. I should say non-traditional eyeliner for upper lash line. I liked how I'm playing with graphic liner, doing a little piece of wing at the bottom. I'm loving it with the lip. No, it's not black, which is my preference. But we used a lot of brown, so I said, let me just do a brown. So that's how we did that. But I am digging it. Please do check out her Instagram, Goth Adjacent. She does amazing looks. And she does a lot of different lip colors too, depending on the eye look she does. And I really like that too, because I'm just like, just give me a black. But she does a lot of, oh my gosh, a lot of different colors, a lot of different looks, and always with that sharp wing shape that I love how it looks with her eye shape. So I'm going to go because I'm babbling. I'm just super excited. And that'll be it for this video. Thank you for being here. And as always, self-acceptance and self-love. You will see me in the next video. Thanks.